am Luciana, your host to another encouragement video. Today I am in New York City. It is a few days after Halloween, and today was the New York City Marathon. I'm here in Central Park, and behind me you can see the skyline of Central Park South and 57th Street. Today I want to talk about how inspired I am when I see the people who run the New York City Marathon. People come from all over the world to run this marathon, and you see people who are elite athletes, and you see people who look just like you and me, who are normal people who are very young. You see people who are older. You see people who look like they might have grandchildren, and they run this marathon. I feel inspired when I see these people who are regular people do something extraordinary, because it reminds me that anything is possible. You can do anything you choose to do in this life if you put your mind to it. And the way that you get it done is by, one, making the decision that I'm going to change my life. You make that decision, I'm going to run a marathon. And that choice, when you make that choice and that decision, it changes something in your entire body system. When you make that choice, there is an energetic change that shifts the chemistry in your body, and it amplifies and gives you this momentum to get that thing done and manifest in your real life. And the second way that you run that marathon, that you get that thing done, that you go after that dream, is by going one step at a time and taking those steps to get to the finish line, which is exactly what someone does when they run a marathon for about 26 miles, is they take it one step at a time. I think when we see people who do extraordinary things, like compete in the Olympics, for example, or become a super famous pop star, or publish a book, or have a really well-paid, well-respected career, we think that they have some special quality about them that makes them different, and there's the separation that we feel between us and them. But the thing is, we see the version of them who has crossed the finish line. We don't see the version of them who day in and day out put in the work to become the person who could take that leap. I remember watching the Olympics, maybe it was this round or the one prior, but I remember watching the women's triathlon, and the winner who won gold was this German woman, I believe, and she left everyone in the dust. She looked like a winner, she spoke like a winner. You would never have thought that she was anything other than a winner. And it almost seemed like she must have always been that way. But then during the interview, she said that this was not the first time she was competing in the Olympics, that she had been here before. And before, she came in something like 50th or something. And to her, it felt like a failure. She had tripped and fallen in her race. She had lost time. She had felt like a failure. But she didn't give up, and she tried again, and she worked, and she put in the practice. And then in this Olympics, she won. And if I hadn't heard that, I would just think that she had always been this way. She had always been super elite, super talented, super hardworking, super strong, super fast, super skilled, and this was just how she always was. But no, how she got there was by failing again and again at very exposed levels where she was seen failing. So here's the thing. I think that you are an unlimited being. I think that you have unlimited potential, and I think that's true of everyone. And how do I know this? Well, because when I have spoken to individuals at an individual level, whether there were people that I was sharing my learning with or people that I was learning from, people continue to surprise me. People have a vision for something that they want in their life, and they go and they pursue it, and it comes to them. And it doesn't mean that the path is always easy, but it does mean that it's possible. I think that you can do anything in this life. And I just want to tell you that today, because there's all this noise in the background of all these people who are still running this marathon, even if the sun has set and they started when the sun rose this morning. But they're not giving up and they're finishing, and you can do that too. When we are afraid to put ourselves out there, we do a disservice to ourselves because we don't allow the person that we will become when we get to the finish line to emerge. Because the person that you are now is not the same person who will cross the finish line. Your person will keep changing and growing and becoming more as you take each step. And it doesn't mean that you have all the qualities yet. You might not even know what qualities you need to run that marathon. But as you take the steps to move towards it, the path will reveal itself, and the qualities that you will require will emerge from out of you, and then you will hone them. And that is doing the work. So today, I just want to encourage you to go and do that thing. Go and do that thing that's in your heart. Sometimes we don't know what we want to do. It's as easy as finding something that brings you joy. What is the thing that excites you? When you see someone accomplish something and you think, wow, that's really cool, what is that thing? And for everyone, it's going to be different. Make a list. What are things that I think would be really cool to try? Maybe it's pottery, maybe it's playing guitar, maybe it's running a marathon. And then you break it down. Okay, what's something that's more manageable? Maybe it's running a 5K. Maybe it's running for 30 seconds. Yeah? And then you take the step. And that's all you have to do. It's just one step. Because it's not about crossing the finish line. It's about the person that you become on the way after you choose to cross the finish line. I am choosing at the starting line that I'm going to take this adventure and I'm going to cross the finish line. And I know that when I get there, I will meet the next version of me. And that's what it's really about. You are unlimited. You can do anything. Go and do it.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.